the century that film has been around, editing has grown to become an important aspect of how films and programs set a pace and create a tone. It's closely linked with the audience's expectations of what they see, the next shot they will see after, and when they see it, growing to become a stylistic choice by directors and editors. One of the keystone methods in transitioning between shots is the match cut. The match cut is a unique way to move from one shot to another by making similar looking or linked objects match for each other in the same shot. These two objects will be visually similar or have a link between them, be it emotional, plot-driven, or thematic. They have an array of implications though, really. You can support continuity, establish an overarching theme, be allegorical for something, or foreshadow a hidden meaning, to name a few. The most well-known uses of the match cuts which demonstrated their powers to the future of cinema included Orson Welles' Citizen Kane, David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia, and Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. These uses of the match cuts have been used to signify the change in scope of a narrative, from insignificant objects to large-scale things, and vice versa. But let's have a look at other uses. For instance, the scene in Psycho. With a slow movement from her feet to the drain, the shot slowly dissolves from the drain to her eyes, which are both colours and directed to be equally dark and soulless. This is the connection between the two shots. It doesn't have to be two similar objects, however. Two things which share the same motion can share the same continuity. Little Shop of Horrors links the same liquid spitting action to transition into a different scene. The use of audio is also just as usable for match cut editing. Here, the Chronicles of Narnia connects two objects which make a similar sound.
When the very famous scene where Henry Fonda shoots the boy at the start of Once Upon a Time in the West, the shot, or the kind of the sound of the pistol, is then kind of cut to the arrival of the train at the station. And I was teaching Chien Andalou, the Buñuel and Salvador Dali film, and the very famous razor cut of the eyeball is then match cut to clouds going across the moon, and it's almost exactly the same motion. So that's quite a subtle one in terms of it isn't a kind of a typical cinematic match cut. It's almost like a filmic match cut to an artistic kind of cut. So it's an interesting kind of combination. And I guess one of my favourite ones actually, which is sometimes not noticed, is in Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade, where the opening kind of section concludes with River Phoenix with his hat, gets the hat off the guy that he's been chasing, and then it cuts to Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones, obviously about 30 years later.
This was a short explanation of match cut edits and how they've been used in cinema. Thanks for watching.